Welcome to the dance hour, everybody. We're back, and we've got 7-Eleven waters. And that's not a paid sponsorship. That's just the truth.
7-Eleven Snickers.
Whoa.
Snickers.
You went all out.
Why wait?
You know, I like how 7-Eleven is branching out and doing their own waters. They're doing their own nuts. They got their own nuts. They're pretty good. They got their own donuts. I like how they were like, enough selling other people's shit. Why don't we scratch a little off the top?
They, during like the Simpsons movie, start putting out like the pink donut, the Homer style pink donuts.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, I think it's still around too.
Nice.
Yeah, but they were good. I mean, they're not bad donuts.
They're not bad. Look, I heard that in Japan, 7-Elevens are actually very, very nice. Like the food is kind of amazing.
Oh, wow.
You already love them here in the States.
Bro.
Yo, have you gotten a hot dog there during COVID, or is that a pre-COVID Ollie move?
That was a pre-COVID.
Because you kept on preaching about the big bite. You're trying to convert everyone to go get a hot dog at 7-Eleven.
Yes.
Have you touched it now?
No. It was definitely a COVID thing that I was doing. And I still stand by.
Sure.
I think once I have a Snickers.
Once things cool down, I can go back to having hot dogs at 7-Eleven. For now, I've been cooking them at home, but there's nothing like popping into a 7-Eleven and getting a big bite.
Yeah. Well, I took after you and your stand-up. I make myself a hot cup of tea, and I just cook
Pho? A fucked up version of pho?
I just cook my hot dog in my cup of tea with my honey mustard.
I imagine the person who gets the 7-Eleven hot dog now, that's like food Evel Knievel. That's motocross. That's X Games shit with your stomach.
You're risking it.
The guy who doesn't care at all. He goes, yeah, I'll have a hot dog and a slice. And he has to pull his mask down. He goes, I'll have a hot dog and a slice.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a daredevil, dude.
If I do want a hot dog, I'll order it from Five Guys.
They do hot dogs?
They do hot dogs, and it's really good. I should say, it's not
Interesting.
like 7-Eleven hot dogs are equivalent to like New York street cart or like just a street cart hot dogs. Like in Washington D.C., street cart tacos, amazing. New York, hit or miss. I got food poisoning once because I did it, and I threw up for like hours. But when I went back to New York, I got more.
Nice.
No regret. You can't live life with.
You can't.
It's so funny.
What?
That that just reminded me. I used to be friends with this dude who, like, for the most trivial things, he'd be like, I feel like we've talked about this and we laughed about this before in a previous episode, on episode 12 or 15.
Whoa, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. When we were audio only, people didn't know what we looked like. You ever have that happen where you listen to a radio station, like a hip-hop station or something, when you're a kid, and then you see what that radio personality looks like?
Oh, yeah,
And your brain breaks. You go, what? Because you had them envisioned a certain way, and then you see them. There was this guy growing up. There was this hip hop station called Cube 93. Cube 93 FM, where hip hop lives. I don't know if that's the tagline or not. I forgot what it used to be. Every radio station has their saying, or I forgot what it used to be. But Cube 93 was my shit. Now they've changed through different programming. But there was this guy named Eric Powers.
Okay.
It's like, I'm Eric Powers, power to the people. And then I saw him, and he was kind of like a regular white guy, just like a nerdier white guy. And I go, that's the guy?
Yeah. I've been disappointed with radio personalities because you have like this very strong voice and opinion, and then you see the person and it's just like...
Do you think that happened with us when people listen to the pod and they pull up the YouTube and they go, what the fuck?
Hell no. What the fuck?
These guys?
They were like, whoa, these guys?
You think?
These guys
that
are...
much hope
Oh my
in their
God.
voice?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're so sure about it.
100%, dude. I mean, it's a testament to our mailbag. That's why it's gotten smaller.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, what's up with our mailbag, bro?
People are getting intimidated.
Yeah, it's true.
They're just like, oh,
They see the bone structure and
shit.
they go, we can't type into this.
Yeah, they're like, damn, Fahim can kill us.
Really?
That's one.
Maybe it's your property of all sweatshirt. It's intimidating to the casual white viewer.
Well, I saw this old picture of Mike Tyson wearing
I've seen
this.
that picture.
Yeah, and he's just like...
Is that when he goes, I'm going to eat your children? Allahu Akbar. Dude, I love that soundbite. He's an ambassador for Islam. Then he goes, I'll eat your children.
I have that whole thing memorized.
I'd be like, he doesn't speak for all of us when he says that he'll eat your children.
Yeah.
Mike might eat your children, but
Alexander, I'm the Alexander. Lennox Lewis, you know, he was like, I'm cut from there. Oh, dude, I had like that whole thing memorized for a while.
that was like Denzel in Training Day, pre-Training Day.
Oh my God. And if you watch that, because I go back to that, like, post. Okay, so for those who don't know, there's this post-fight Mike Tyson in the 90s. He has this, after the fight, he wins, he's in the ring, he's being interviewed. Then he goes on this whole rant.
Yeah.
The interviewer's trying to ask him questions, and he's like, so how was that fight? And he's like, I just want to say assalamu alaikum to Ida. And then he's like, so what's your plans next? He was like, look, man, I just buried my best. And he goes on this rant where he was like, I'm going to beat this guy. This guy thinks he's the best, but I'm the best. He was like, I'm going to eat his heart. I'm going to eat his children. Praise be to Allah. And then he just walks away. And I was like, it's like, damn. And, you know, like now you see Mike Tyson, he's calmed down a lot, but this was like peak
simmered down
rage. But yeah, so there's this picture of him wearing this sweater, and I'm like, I need to cop that so I can have that.
And I need to tell people I'm going to eat their children.
Yeah.
That's the only sweater you could do it in.
Yeah.
You can't wear a Billabong shirt and say that.
You can't say, I'm going to eat your heart and eat your children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Mike Tyson. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got onto this topic because we were talking about something.
Oh, yes. Our smooth voices and people being too intimidated to write into the Fahim Anwar Dance Hour.
Yeah, that's true.
You should do it, guys. fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com.
It's there, you know?
It's there. You got any questions, concerns, life problems?
Yeah. Is that a cricket?
Maybe. That's our producer, the cricket. He's got headphones. He's just like this.
I don't know what it was. Okay, anyways, we'll back at it.
Yo,
Fahim, you've had a
week?
A week.
Well, okay. Where do I start? I did a beach show. I don't know if you saw my IG story. Performed on a fucking beach.
How did that work? Because I saw lights were for some. Okay, when I see things like that, I think about the practicality and the logistics. I'm like, okay, I see he has lights pointed at him.
You thought I brought him from home? What?
Well, no, I was like, they must be connected to a generator. But then I thought, if it's connected to a generator, how did that affect the show? Unless they had extension cords and the generator was further away, unless it was an electric generator, which is very expensive and that's more silent.
You know, I didn't even think about these questions when I was there. I just saw the lights on the beach, and I go, yeah, okay, they got lights.
There wasn't anything that sounded like a lawnmower?
Nah, it wasn't like... And I was like, another thing happened.
Yeah.
No. This girl, Mary Romo, has been asking me to do this show for a super long time. And I just, scheduling conflicts, was never able to do it.
Yeah.
And then finally I was able to do it. So I drive there. And the show starts at 4, because I guess it's like when the sun's setting, and it's kind of beautiful. As I'm watching the show, I'm watching the lineup and
that magic hour.
Yeah, that magic hour. And you don't quite know how the show's going to be because you hear about a show at a beach. You're like, is this going to suck? Does anyone go? But then I went there, and people do show up for it. So they're just on a blanket. It's kind of awesome. Just how resourceful humans are in making the best out of a bad situation. And some of the best shows are in the weirdest places now. Yeah. So people they have their own chairs. Yeah. Some of them are out on blankets. It's a nice sound system. They have lights. You're in front of the waves, and it's that magic hour. And partly I did it for the photos. I go, these photos are going to be amazing. Yeah. And also I wanted to commemorate this moment in time of I was doing stand-up, and it's just sort of immortalizing this moment in stand-up history.
It's like, where were you during 9/11? It's like, what were you doing?
Kind of, yeah. COVID? Or like, I don't know, the guy's eating lunch on a steel beam or something. Yeah. There's something iconic about just performing at a beach. Yeah. Because I don't know if that's going to be a normal thing. So I want to lock that and be able to look back on that years from now. Yeah. Be like, hey, there was a pandemic. People were very resourceful. There was shows on roofs. Yeah. I did a show at a beach. Yeah. Yeah. So I did it for that. And then it just turned out to be a good show too.
Because there were always alt shows, you know, in like over the last 10 years, alt shows were a huge part of LA culture. But they would be like in laundromats, house. Yeah. Now that's like completely like
it's shifted. It used to be split. It used to be split between the clubs and the alternative scene. Yeah. So these type of venues always existed, but now it's shifted 100% to the alt. That's the only thing where anything's happening is the alt scene. The alt scene is the mainstream scene because there is no club scene right now.
But I feel like it's getting a lot more creative now. Well, it has to get creative.
What, the shows?
Yeah, because it's like a beach. I've never even
Yeah.
heard of like beach comedy
It
shows.
was at Will Rogers Beach.
Oh, okay. That's the beach I go to.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's further away from the.
I was kind of worried, though, because I had a set. I forgot. It was just a stand-up show, and you have the bits you want to do, and I kind of had my set list, and I'm approaching there. And then it dawns on me that I'm just doing stand-up at a public beach.
Yeah.
And they're blasting these speakers, and there might be kids nearby. So I go, oh, I don't know if I want to do certain bits. If there's just,
Yeah.
then I seem like a crazy guy,
Yeah.
just yelling. Like I thought maybe rein it in a bit to make it a little more PG, but
Yeah.
they were like, I'll just do whatever, it's fine. So I did whatever. So if a kid heard some vulgar stuff, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, child.
You got to grow up sometime.
Yeah, I'm
And-
glad that I'm the one to teach them about a lot of things. Just some random guy doing a stand-up set and not their parents teaching them.
Yeah. Okay, so that happened, and then today was kind of a shift for you
A bit of a shift.
in work, career. What's been going on?
I do magic now.
You do, yes.
I'm a
You're at the Magic Castle.
I'm the only one. They're not letting anyone in. No, writing job. So first day of writing.
Okay.
Sitcom writing, bro.
So you're now you're a sitcom writer officially
I like
on
you
the
just
resume.
you just do it for one day and you go, this is the new me. This is what I've been doing for years.
So no,
Yeah, I guess so.
are you writing in coffee shops?
No, I'm just at home. It's all Zoom shit.
Okay, so the writer's room now is just
Yeah, back in the day, you would go to CBS Radford and write in a room.
Yeah.
You go to a location, but there's a pandemic going on, so now it's just a Zoom writer's room.
okay.
So everyone's on a box. The script is pulled up. People throwing ideas out there and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we've talked about it on the pod. There was that show, that Chuck Lorre show,
Oh yeah.
about
so
that
you're-
Afghan
Yeah.
interpreter in Afghanistan, in
Yeah.
the Marine. So there was a friendship born between them, and then the Marines back home, and he helped him come to America, this guy. And it's kind of like a fish out of water thing. So this
Yeah.
guy from Afghanistan has experienced America through that lens.
Yeah.
And there's comedy to be had and all that. So I think initially I was approached to potentially act in it.
Be the star.
I'm maybe one of the guys. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, I heard it through the grapevine.
Through the grapevine?
I heard
Yeah,
it,
to be
yeah.
like the Afghan main guy
Yeah.
or whatever. And
But it wasn't your cup of tea at the moment.
at the moment, yeah. Or
Well, this
I
is
don't know.
pre-COVID world
This is
too.
pre-COVID world as well.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it on the pod too, and just the way that I've approached my stand-up career and my comedy career. The type of comedy that I do has been, I always veer away from super ethnic stuff.
Focus.
Just because even on the last podcast I talked about it, where Hollywood already wants to do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you lean into it somewhat, then it just kind of binds you maybe more than you want to. There is a danger. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
So I just always have that internal thing happening with me whenever stuff like that is blurred. So it was hard because I toiled between the two, because a CBS network sitcom, that is huge.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge opportunity.
Yeah.
But then it had this other thing attached to it. And I'm like, oh, I kind of want my stand-up to be seen a certain way. Maybe these are real. Maybe these are projections. I don't know, but they feel real to me.
Yeah.
Because I'll see a guy like Cricket's
Yeah.
back, the producer.
I'm sorry, but okay, yeah. So you're saying, but you see them as what? As
I don't know. You just kind of want to do comedy your way, or you wish
your brand?
like Hasan can do it his way. It's beautiful. Like Rami can do it his way.
Yeah.
And then like I kind of want that for me in some regard, like whether it's a sketch show or I feel like I have a singular voice when it comes to stand up or sketch. I have a very unique POV, and to be able to express it that way. And then maybe it's harder to do if you do something that's so I don't know, splashy and public and ethnically slanted,
Yeah.
being the face of it, you know, because it's like a star or a co-star on it. And then also the other part of it is it's professionally binding as well. Like when you're on a sitcom, that's a time commitment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very public, and it's very you can only make one introduction to America. You can't.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then the time commitment, because it's like a job, and maybe you're locked in for a contract for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
so there was just these things attached to it where it was tough. I went back and forth on it, and then ultimately I was like, I don't know. I think I'm trying to do this other thing with my comedy, or like I want to build my stand-up and some other stuff. And so it didn't feel right
to be the main guy.
To be the main guy,
actor.
yeah.
Okay.
But they're very cool, like the EPs of the show, like because I think she wrote it with Lance in mind. You know that character Lance? I would do, like, I think she'd seen it at the Comedy Store, and just it's very flattering to even be thought of. You know what I mean? Especially for people at that level. So it didn't work out. I went on with my stuff, and then I heard that they were kind of interested on a writing front. Mm-hmm. And then that seemed interesting to me because it's an avenue that I haven't explored other than sketch writing. You know, stand-up and sketch is what I do. Yeah. I wrote for GOATFACE, obviously, but I hadn't been a sitcom TV writer before. Mm-hmm. So that was interesting, just the world. Because they were still interested in me, and they liked my comedy. They'd seen my stand-up. They'd seen my Instagram, like the sketches and stuff I do, and they felt like it'd be a good fit for the show. Yeah. And that was exciting. So it was a new door, and then also I'm not such a public part of it. I'm not as attached, like locked into a number of year contract being the face of something. It just seemed more nimble, and I can still kind of be a part of that world. So I was like, yeah. And especially it's COVID as well. Yeah. Legit jobs are hard to come by during a pandemic. Oh, yeah. This is like a great opportunity. So I was like, sure, yeah, let's do it.
All right.
And so I'm in it, baby.
Congrats, man. So
thanks, dude.
Now we just got to topple it so you can become the head writer, then the showrunner,
no,
then the EP.
No.
But this is exciting though.
It's exciting, yeah, and it's a different world. It's it's cool. There's a script pulled up, and it's everyone just sort of throwing in jokes. It's very collaborative, and it's a great room. Yeah, and so many different perspectives as well.
Yeah, and you're this is your first writer's room because you've done like bits.
I've done my first sitcom writer's room.
Okay.
GOATFACE was a TV sketch special. Yeah. And that was just more of a workflow. I don't know if I guess each sketch show is different how the way they work, but our workflow for GOATFACE just followed what we did back in the day when we were just running around shooting YouTube stuff by ourselves. Yeah. So generally I would have a lot of sketch ideas. Yeah. Sometimes, like Hasan or Aristotle or Asif will have an idea, but generally, I just like diarrhea sketches.
Yeah, you have like a vault of them.
I have a problem. Yeah. Like I think in sketch, so I always jot them down as I live life. And so when we got the shot to do GOATFACE on Comedy Central, I had this huge archive of sketches, and we just chose our favorites. Okay. So the sketches are more fully formed. Yeah. I kind of know they're pretty precise. I know the beats. But this is different. What's nice about this is sitcom writing seems a little daunting just because it's a foreign medium to me. But when you break it down, like once we're in the script, it's just scenes and sketches and dialogue, and I can do that when it's broken down that bite-sized. Yeah. And because it is so collaborative, it's easy to do that way. Mm-hmm. But they're good at they're good at structure. Yeah. And I think I'll pick that up later. Yeah. But for now, it's great because the EPs, Dave and Maria, know exactly. Yeah, they did Big Bang. They did 2.5 Men. So they've been around. They've been with like Chuck Lorre for a while. Yeah,
yeah, because it's definitely different. I think it'd be interesting now because mainly most of the stuff that you've written was for yourself. Yeah. So now I think it'll be interesting to see your jokes, but said through someone else. And maybe you working with this individual to be like, this is how you deliver this punchline and this is how you deliver the joke.
Yeah, it's great. You'll just think of little things to heighten a scene. Like, okay, they could do this. They can check their watch. They can, these little moments that everyone finds, just having different eyes on it really elevates it. Yeah. And learning to write for a character. You visit these people every week. So you just do the joke that this person would say.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting.
It's exciting. It's different.
It's for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's I think for a while.
Well, for season 1.
Yeah, I got picked up for 13 episodes. Okay. And then they might get picked up for more, I think, when they do that mid-season thing.
Well, that's exciting, man.
Yeah, so it's called United States of Al. It's on CBS.
Keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out.
When it says, like, your name on the credits.
Name, baby.
Yeah. Okay, this is funny. Whenever I hang out with people, like if like people come to LA and I do like the LA tour, if I go to someone's city,
okay,
and I hang out with them, this is the most pretentious thing I ever do, and it's only like a joke, but like at first I don't
mean it as a joke.
Yeah, like I'll make it seem like I'm serious. I'm like, oh, have you heard of like I do a podcast, and my friends they're like, oh, I think I've seen you post about it. I'm like, okay, well, and then I pull it up, and I just sit there.
You make them watch an hour and a half.
In the
you.
passenger seat, and I'm just like, we're gonna listen to this podcast. And I try to keep a straight face. But then I thought, I was like, I feel like there are people out there
who do that.
They're like,
for real, and it's not a joke.
I feel there has to be guys out there that's like, this is my
sure.
podcast, and I want you to listen to me having a conversation with someone else while I sit here and watch you listen to me.
Yeah. So that person does exist, but it's rare.
Have you ever done that?
No, I would never do that.
You never?
I'm weird. I can watch me by myself.
Yeah.
If I acted in a thing or
like alone on your TV or laptop, but once people are there,
if someone wants to turn it on, I'm in the room.
Oh.
I gotta leave. I tell them to shut it off. Like I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Or I gotta get out of there.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be there when someone is watching the thing.
Okay.
Even when my special came out, or they want to do a viewing party, and I can't do that. You know why? Because they want to celebrate. I'm cool with celebrating, but don't show the thing. The trouble is I did the jokes for the audience that were there that night.
Yeah.
They were consumed already.
Yeah.
These jokes were consumed. It's this weird second layer of consumption where some people will do this, where it's like a viewing party for the stand-up special. And now everybody at this viewing party feels obliged to laugh to appease the person, and I don't need that. So it's this put on laughter.
Yeah,
it's not going to be genuine. I know it's a celebration of the special, but it's this.
It's an extra.
It's like it can't be genuine.
Yeah,
it's so false.
Yeah,
and that's why I can't do it. It feels like nails on a chalkboard. It's sort of like when you audition for. Sometimes you'll audition for something. You go in the room, and you're like, "This is Dan, the writer. This is Dave, the director." And we're just gonna do scenes 1 and 2, and then you're doing the scene, and they're like, everyone in the room's like, and you're the 30th person who's doing it that day.
Yeah,
and everyone in the room laughs to like stroke the writer's dick. It's just sort of the gasoline for the fire. Maybe they need that internally for morale.
Yeah.
But no one can watch someone do the same thing for the 30th time, and it's just as funny the first time you saw it. Like even at table reads and stuff. Maybe I'm blowing up my spot because I'm going to be going to these too, I guess, when things open up. I've been to several table reads. You're the actor and you're just reading the thing, and CBS is there or whatever, and then the producers are there and the writers and the actors, and so they're reading it, and everyone's like. And some of it might be genuine, but there is a lot of boosting going on.
I feel like you gotta be like someone like those like Stanley Kubrick type directors that you just kind of just sit there and just like give them like this death stare. Well, it's funny because when I was at Nickelodeon, the guy who Butch Hartman that would do Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom, every week he would do storyboard readings or performances of like the next episode that they're about to like animate. So he has all the storyboards animated, and like anyone can go to like the little auditorium at Nickelodeon, and like as he goes through each slide of the storyboard, he does like the voices of each character, Wanda, and I don't know who the other one is, and Timmy Turner or whatever. And again, this is a cartoon for children. There are these 30-some-year-olds that are just like at these jokes. They're like,
and it's for children, right?
Yeah.
How can you be laughing as an adult this hard when this thing is geared towards 10-year-olds?
Yeah. And I'm like, is it because the creator of the show's there?
Yes. Obviously, everyone wants to keep their job. And I think also when you have that many cooks in the kitchen, when you have 50 people creating a thing, that is a currency for morale.
Yeah,
Just you need like everyone needs to show. I don't know. Maybe it's a hallmark of excitement and enthusiasm for the project.
Yeah,
Just laughter.
I get that too.
Yeah, but just me, who's so used to raw, genuine laughter from doing stand up.
Yeah,
it's
you can tell. You have a
night
sense.
and day. I know real laughter from fake laughter.
Your radar.
My radar is very in tune. It has to be as a stand up.
Yeah.
And I think just the less cooks there are, like GOATFACE or whatever, or if the more singular the vision is, you don't need that because you kind of know what's funny about it.
Yeah.
It's like I don't need a room of 60 people to laugh for me to know something's funny. I think it's something funny. I shoot it. I throw it on Instagram the next day, and I'll see the comments, and I'm right.
Yeah.
Not all the time, or whatever, but I feel like I have a good barometer. If it tickles my fancy or I think it's a novel idea, I know exactly how I want to execute it, how I want to shoot it, how I want to edit it, how I want to act in it. I'm part of it all the way. I know it seems silly just because it's such a bite-sized Instagram thing. It's not a huge TV show, but it's just having a vision for something is really cool.
Yeah.
Because I see it in my mind. I see it in my mind's eye, and even when I'm editing, I'm like, this needs to be shorter. I need to drop the music here. I need to fade it in. Mm-hmm. It's almost like you're a man possessed. And then finally I get it. And I go, that's where I need it to be. Yeah. Throw it up. Yeah, man.
You got to, if you have any specials in the future, you got to do what a lot of these directors or actors do during like the Q&A like press tour.
I wear a scarf.
Wear a scarf.
I start rolling cigarettes even though I never smoke. And I'm like,
so when,
well, I love being pretentious and I don't even smoke. It's like I'm like Johnny Depp on Inside the Actor Studio.
Just rolling something.
Well, the idea came to me when. You ask me again.
What these guys do is they'll like come to a screening of like they'll be at ArcLight Hollywood, and they'll be like right before the movie starts, they'll come out, say a few words. Hey, this is the movie that we did, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys, and then they just leave for like the hour and a half, 2 hours. They'll go hang out in the lobby, whatever they do.
It'd be great if after they give their spiel, they go to the side and you can just see them looking at the audience while they watch the movie, like a super A-list celebrity.
Yeah,
you just see like Brad Pitt
just for an hour and a half, just staring at,
and you're watching the movie and you're like eating popcorn and you just keep on looking over and Brad Pitt's just staring at you.
The front of the.
So they leave.
Yeah, they leave, and then at the end they come back and like during the credits they do a little Q&A, and then so they don't have to sit through the movie.
They've probably seen it a million times.
Yeah, they saw it in the editing room. They saw it while they were shooting it, the dailies, whatever.
That kind of happened with GOATFACE because we'd seen it so much, shooting it, watching the dailies, telling them where to cut and stuff, and all these notes. So we'd seen it replay a few times, and we still think it's funny, but it loses the luster of seeing it for the first time. The first time is great. Yeah. Like I'm laughing by myself at home and stuff like that. But then I'll see it enough times and you kind of forget. So it was beautiful when we had that show, that GOATFACE show at the Gramercy in New York. Yeah. Part of the New York Comedy Festival. Because we got to debut the sketches before they even aired. So I think it was a few months before it aired. And the sold out theater, we got to talk about them and throw it. And they're sketches, so we're not leaving the room. We got to watch an audience enjoy them, and you never get to do that with sketch because you just read comments, people enjoying it. You never get to see like a stand-up type live reaction to something you created that's in the can. So it was really cool to watch an audience in real time enjoy the produced sketches that you wrote.
It's funny that you say that because I think I've experienced that maybe once or so, and that was with you. I don't know if you remember, we did this skit like 2013, 14, L boarding.
Oh, yeah. So that was in K-Town.
That was in Koreatown. Yeah, we filmed all around K-Town, and we shot this video.
It's a note. On YouTube, it's called L boarding. If you type my name, Fahim Anwar, L boarding, it'll pop up. Ali shot it.
I think that was like one of the first things that we done. That was. But anyway, so we film it, and like while we're filming it, we're obviously not like dying of laughter because we're like, how do we gotta get the shot?
It's very nuts and bolts.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, we gotta move this location. Maybe we should do this. So it's, we film it. I edit the video, and when I'm editing it, I'm just like, okay, I'm like, all right, this music goes here. I gotta edit to the music, whatever. Maybe do a rewind. Don't really think much about it.
Yeah.
Send it over to you. You're like, cool, this is great, whatever. Yeah, and then you guys do the GOATFACE live show at the
Virgil.
Yeah, at the Virgil, and I think you guys do play it there, and people are like dying, or not dying, but they're like laughing.
Yeah,
and I'm just like,
it's very cool.
Yeah, and I'm like, I didn't want to be like, I wasn't saying like, what you guys think this is funny, but
it's not
like,
that funny.
Yeah, but it was like I've seen it so many times, like filming it, editing it, you sending notes, working on it, where I just saw it as like, okay, that's a cool little video.
Yeah.
Versus like people like being like, oh my God, oh, like they're like, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, they get to see it or you get to see it for the first time through their eyes.
Yeah.
And even though we work in comedy, you're trying to accomplish something, so it loses its glamour. Even when we were producing, so we were in New York for a week shooting it, like a week or two shooting the GOATFACE show,
Yeah.
And there's work to be had. You have to get certain designs for sets. You have to get props. So what started as a funny idea, now you have to execute.
Yeah.
And so you'll be talking about the most ridiculous stuff, and you're not laughing, even though if you pull back, it's absurd. If you're like, well, can I see different kinds of fake pee? Yeah. Like it becomes very clinical.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if we could do a fart sound here.
Yeah.
It's like you're a doctor or something, even though you're doing the most silliest shit in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like, once you get down to like the logistics of it,
work has to be done.
Yeah.
You're not doubled over every time you're talking about every aspect of the sketch.
Yeah, you're like, I need this color shoes and blah, blah, blah.
I need to get me a fake banana. I need to get me a rubber chicken. Yeah.
And then when the banana comes, that's not ripe enough.
Yeah, it's not ripe enough. It's too small.
Yeah.
And you're mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the magic of filmmaking. But, one thing that, shifting gears, it doesn't have a lot of thought put into it, and it has been infuriating me a lot. Couples prank videos on TikToks. Did you see this topic coming?
I didn't see it coming, but this is a pet peeve of mine on YouTube. It was a pet peeve of mine on Instagram.
Yeah,
now it's fake couples prank videos.
Now it's like heightened on TikTok.
I love this. And then some bullshit. I'm about to do something fake.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then the response, it's time for me to get back at him. The fuck? And he's playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And everyone just eats it up like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They love each other.
He's going to get you.
Goals.
I love this couple. Relationship goals. Lying to America. I hate that. And then I hate fitness couples.
I don't really, I'm not
I
on
mean, the
side.
pranks are worse.
Yeah. But I haven't seen.
But the fitness couple thing where he's like spinning her and shit and like lifting her up a wall.
Yeah.
Who's that getting motivated?
I just see those people as like weird people that just have like found each other.
We're both shredded.
Yeah.
And we opened an Instagram together.
I think what upsets me more,
babe, let's get shredded like this couple. Why can't you just follow a chick who's shredded? Why is it got to be a couple? Because I want us both to be shredded.
Could be us.
I don't want to I just want to be fit enough to look fit in a shirt. I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to lift you up. You never want to lift me on a wall. How come you never want to lift me I don't know.
Well, bench press me, squat me.
You never use me as a dumbbell. Do push-ups. Let me get on your back. I'm tired. It's going to work. You're an asshole. You don't want to be a fitness couple? I'm going to leave you for a guy who wants to twirl me. Why is that a thing?
I don't know. I really don't know. And okay, so
how come you don't see any like gay fitness couples on Instagram where there's two shredded dudes?
Maybe we're
lifting each other.
We're just not on gay Instagram. Yeah, maybe they exist.
Maybe they do.
Maybe
I
they
just
don't.
feel like it's not on my explore page.
It's not on my. We need to get into the gay Instagram. Gay
I love how
TikToks.
specific the internet can get,
dude.
Like, oh, you don't know about gay Instagram.
Yeah,
I'm sure it exists.
There's like horse Instagram.
There's horse Instagram.
There's, everyone has their niche.
Whoa.
But I think what upsets me more than the pranks itself is that people believe it's real. I think it upsets me that people watch this and there's something in them that's like, oh my God, this is so scant.
Well, yeah, maybe it's
Like people buy into that. And I want to be like, 99.999% of every prank you see is fake. How can you not spot that?
maybe this is like wrestling. They don't care.
But I think wrestling, it's like the whole like it's fake thing has been out the window for like 30 plus years or more. It's like we know it's a staged, a scripted, choreographed like interaction.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like a stage show.
Yeah.
We don't think like, oh man, Undertaker must be sitting in his car in the fucking trench coat driving down, or Kane must be at the grocery store with a mask on,
Just looking at an avocado.
Yeah. Also, I've made 2 very outdated references about Kane doesn't wear a mask anymore.
Ooh.
And but
You
anyway,
almost had to issue another apology on,
oh dude,
on the
no
next podcast.
No apologies. This podcast, I have nothing. We didn't offend anyone on the
No
last
beef.
one. But yeah, I think it's just when people see it and there's something in them where they have to share it and comment, and then they're like, I love this couple. I have to follow them.
Yeah. It's weird what people respond to.
Yeah.
But if it floats their boat.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was like my biggest pet peeve, and because I mean I come upon it all the time on TikTok. So our listeners, please, if you see it, harass them.
Yeah, say this sucks.
Yeah,
Be a troll.
Be a troll, dude. Just say this. When you see that, for the people out there watching, when you come upon a
Fake prank video,
a couple's,
call them out.
Specifically couples, whether this is on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, let them know that. Just ask yourself, what would Elise say?
Yeah.
I would say, you're stupid.
Yeah, you're stupid.
Please stop this.
We know this is fake.
Yeah.
Get a life.
The worst place is Instagram. I mean, not Instagram. Facebook. Every once in a while, I'll go back on Facebook to see what
Yeah. To visit your old high school.
Yeah, and see what my like parents and uncles are saying. And there's like
Just 5G.
Yeah, there's like a little a tab for Facebook videos. So I click on it sometimes, and I see it's like it's always like someone's asleep, and it's like there's like, and the guy comes in, shh, we're gonna do something.
Yeah.
We're like this one girl. Oh man, I don't know. I want to find these people. We need to bring them in on the podcast.
Yeah. It's like a Maury Povich situation.
Yeah.
We pretend they're guests, and then what do we do?
We
how about this? We invite them to be guests on the podcast, right?
like we love
And they're
your
waiting. They go,
pranks.
oh, they're going to be here shortly. And then we have our own camera, and we go. And then what do? We just have like human feces in a bag that we just rip above them.
We could do that, or pig's blood, full carry.
I like feces better.
I'm anything. Yeah, I had less of a evil serial killer plan. I was just gonna say we pull up a TV and point out all their fallacies,
inaccuracies.
Yeah, and just make fun of them and humiliate them in front of the millions of our viewers
that are live watching.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, I'm down with dumping feces.
Yeah, that's more powerful. They'll remember that, and the stench sticks with them. So
yeah, you can't wash that out.
You can't.
But yeah, well, no, I'm sorry. You can wash the stench out, but you can't wash the shame out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's but yeah. Anyway, enough about TikTok couples. I just came upon it like scrolling through TikTok, and I was just like, why are these people still doing prank videos?
Because they're working, I guess.
Yeah, and then I'm seeing more quote unquote social experiments of like high school kids or like 18-year-olds being like, we're catching child predators.
Oh yeah,
and
I think you told me about that.
Yeah, and
they're just like answering a Craigslist ad.
Yeah,
someone wants to be a pedophile on a TikTok video.
Yeah, so that's just been irritating me. But Fahim, I want to ask you something.
Please.
This is a controversial topic.
Boy, you trying to get me canceled, dude?
Well, this could.
Fuck.
What are your thoughts about dogs? Specifically, when you're going out and about, and you're in public, and someone with a dog is coming your way, and the dog kind of stops to sniff you. Do you pet the dog, Do you look at it and keep moving? Do you stop and be like, oh, what's his name? Good boy.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you
What do I
just...
do?
Yeah.
I will pet it.
Okay.
If it starts sniffing me,
Are you a dog person?
sure.
Okay.
To that degree. I won't like bend down and start rubbing him and then just ask this person a million questions about the dog.
What breed? How
Yeah,
old?
just waste this person's day.
Yeah.
But I'll stop and smell the roses. I'll pet the dog for a little bit. Enjoy that.
Okay.
Nice little sensory
Gives you a little serotonin boost?
little boost.
Okay.
But I don't get the whole bending over, the ears,
Oh,
the
that's a
belly.
good boy.
And then now this is your best friend and then all this small talk about the dog.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Okay.
Pet and keep it moving.
Okay. That's fair.
But like get away from me. That's if you've been bitten before, I think. The people who look at dogs trying to be like the cutest dogs trying to be friendly and they're
Yeah.
just like, I don't get that. Hopefully that's some trauma that happened. Otherwise, what do you use, like Scrooge?
What's
Is
wrong
that
with
you?
Scrooges? I wouldn't.
You're a Scrooge, dude?
If a dog approaches me, I'll look at the owner like, control your bitch,
Whoa, shit.
and I've recently started using bitch referring to dogs because it's not a bad.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
got hijacked by bitches. Bitches got hijacked by bitches.
It just got hijacked. Because you can say it. And be
It's like terrorist. It used to be a good term.
yeah. Well, what?
Remember terrorists? Like it was good to be a terrorist.
Yeah, I guess
And
so.
then the terrorists ruined it for the other terrorists.
You can't terrorize people on the
You can't
basketball
tell-
court.
Yeah, it was cool to terrorize.
Yeah.
And then terrorists just hijacked the term
They.
and some other things.
But yeah, I was out. I was at the Venice Beach canals recently, and I'm standing there just talking to someone, like a friend, and person, their dog comes up and they just stop right in front of us because the dog wants to sniff my butt. And I'm like, and I don't want to seem like a jerk to my friends here that are I mean, they know, but I didn't want to come off as one. So
Yeah.
I'm like, what an adorable dog. What's the dog's name? Allie McBeal.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then that's where I'm just like,
Just name it Allie.
I'm like, oh, how old is the dog? And I don't want to touch this dog. I don't want to pet this dog.
What kind of dog was it?
I don't know.
Mutt?
I don't know. It was a bigger dog. It was a bigger black dog. The dog people are gonna hate me for this. It looked like a black golden retriever,
Nice.
but it wasn't
Chocolate lab?
that like, I guess so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And it didn't have like, its hair wasn't that long, but
Yeah.
that's the body of,
Sure.
the framework of a.
If you're
of
doing a police sketch artist for a dog.
Yeah, but that's that. Yeah, that's and I wanted to know like how because I feel like it'd be interesting to see you interact with a stranger's dog.
Yeah, I'll pet it and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not like a serial killer. I can handle a dog. I like dogs,
No, yeah.
but I didn't have one growing up.
Do you
I always
want one?
No, I kind of like being. I'm like
No
I'm
responsibilities.
like Robert DeNiro in Heat.
Oh, you gotta walk away from everything in 30 seconds when you feel the heat around the corner.
That'd be great if he had a dog and he couldn't walk away. Like he did all that other stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't have any relationships.
No furniture.
No furniture, but he had a dog and he had to keep on like feeding it. Like he broke his rule.
Yeah.
He's like, don't have anything you can't walk away from. He's like, oh, I gotta feed my dog. There you go, buddy. Just because he had a cute puppy.
Yeah, I always go back and forth between
Or
that.
Leon the Professional has a plant because he needs to care for something.
Yeah, because he's not
Deep,
a
dude.
full cold-hearted killer.
He has a plant.
Yeah,
He has something to love and care for.
water it. But then when a human being comes around, a little child comes around, he's like, oh,
You're not a plant.
yeah, your feelings.
I don't know how to water you.
Yeah.
This thing needs more than water.
Speaking of Leon the Professional,
Great movie.
I'm about to ruin it for you.
Uh-oh.
So, I watched Leon the Professional. I don't know how long ago, but I watched, and I'm like, oh, this is such a fantastic film. And I'm like, oh, Luke Benson. Well, at the moment, I didn't know.
Besson. Did he also do Fifth Element?
He did Fifth Element.
Great movie.
He did Taken. He did. He's done a lot of like action films in the 90s that were solid,
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, this guy's a good director. Let me Wikipedia him. Going on Wikipedia, reading about this guy. Allegations. rape,
No.
pedophilia.
Damn.
That relationship between
Leon.
Leon and Natalie Portman was influenced or inspired by a relationship he had with an underage girl.
He says this?
Yeah. If you watch the behind the scenes like documentary of making of the movie, the girl that was like, I was 14 and me and Luke had this relationship. Like she's like in the DVDs making of, she's talking about how she had a relationship. And I don't know if they said it was sexual or not, or, you know what? This is a hot take and this is going to upset people, but this is No Nuance November. So you got to give
for charity.
Is that what it is?
No. It's like Movember, just no nuance. Everyone's an asshole for a month.
Yeah. The French are not progressive in any way, any means. I think the world has this idea in view, and I'm speaking to the people out there that are listening, and we have this view of France and Paris as like, whoa, this progressive like civilization, and they're so ahead of us. The only thing that they're like edgy on is pedophilia. Like that's literally, if you look at like French society, the only thing they're cool with is pedophilia. Can women wear what they want? Nah, you can't wear a hijab. Okay. Can people practice what they want? Nah, you can't practice Islam. But hey, a 40-year-old man can sleep with a 14, 16-year-old girl as long as she consents, and that's totally fine.
What are the laws? Is that the law out there?
Yeah. So anyways.
Yo, you're alienating the French, dude.
If anyone...
What?
The French.
They make good music, dude. And crepes.
They make good music. They make good films. They endorse pedophilia and they endorse Islamophobia. But, I'm just going to leave it at that. And next week I will not apologize.
Oh, damn.
For this will not get an apology from me. But I just want to put that out there.
And you did.
But it's crazy because Leon the Professional is such a great film.
It's a great film.
And you know what I like about it? What sets that apart from so many action films of like, if you watch an action film that's come out in the last like 5 to 10 years, like for example, like a Mission Impossible film, they're hard to keep up with. There's so many like mini movies in one giant movie. Leon the Professional there's a hitman, and now he's been like given a task of looking over after this young girl, and he has to just kind of take care of her and deal with corrupt cops. It's a very, very straightforward thing, right? You watch a movie like Mission Impossible, the first 30 minutes is like, okay, we need to like disarm this nuclear warhead. It takes like 20 to 30 minutes in that. Okay, they disarm that, but now we got to get the key to disarm the bigger nuclear. So it's like an hour of them trying to get a key and all the obstacles they go through to get this key. Once they get the key, okay, now we got to get the person that will take us to the new, and it's just so many layers. Or you're just like, I get like, why can't it just be like 1, 2, 3?
Let it breathe.
And these are like action films, So
people want action, dude.
Yeah. So I think that's why films like Leon the Professional resonate till this day, because it's just like very like
structurally sound. It's a good story.
Have you watched The Raid Redemption?
Is that the second one or the first one?
The first one.
It's great.
Again, very simple plot. We have to like a squad of like cops.
Yeah.
Have to get to the top floor of an apartment complex.
Very simple. John Wick. Very simple.
Yeah.
There's a beauty in how simple a movie can be.
Yeah. When it's
guy killed his puppy, seeks revenge on everyone.
Yeah.
I could wrap my head around that.
Yeah. And yeah, so the raid, we need to capture the boss who lives on the top floor of an apartment building without being spotted by the residents.
I have an idea. It's like the raid, but the guy lives in a subterranean basement, so it's just like an inverse raid. He has to go down.
Demolition Man.
Nah.
But like
maybe I could pitch that to the network, to like studios.
Yeah.
Oh, the raid? How he has to go all the way up. This version, the boss is several floors down.
Is it a turtle at the bottom, or
no? He's the guy.
Mutant.
But he lives at the bottom of a parking structure.
Mutant karate rat.
Yeah, so he has to go down. Every action movie, there's this.
They go.
There's
up.
It's up like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
He's the top guy in that Bruce Lee movie.
I think he's a second floor, third. I think maybe
he's not the top?
I can't remember because I think he's a second floor.
So who's the top guy?
I think the boss or whatever. Game of Death is what. So the first guy he fights with like nunchucks. The second floor, I think he fights with like a bow staff, and I think Korean. I can't. It's been a while.
Hey, if you guys know,
Please write us.
fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com.
But yeah,
Tell us what floor Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was on.
I feel like that movie kind of established that tiers of like fighting because I know John Wick 3 did that. John Wick 3 was like he goes to the first floor, kills people, goes to the second floor, and then the third floor is the boss, you know?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of films kind of like take homage from or pay homage to Game of Death, that Bruce Lee film.
It's iconic.
But yeah, anyway.
I'm going home Thanksgiving. Are you?
Yes, I fly out. Oh, well, people who are listening to this, this is after Thanksgiving.
How was your turkey, everyone?
Oh, man, you know?
So good?
I loved it.
People will ask me, they go, you do Thanksgiving? I go, yeah, it's just eating turkey. It's not, you don't pray to Jesus and eat turkey.
Yeah, I mean, we don't sit there and be like, let's all hold hands and say what we're thankful about.
Yeah, we just dig in.
Yeah, it's like, oh, there's some Afghan rice and a turkey.
Yeah, I love how there's always an Afghan alternative to the turkey.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't fuck with that, here's some palau.
Yeah. And I love that. I love an Afghan.
I guess. I don't touch that. I'm all turkey. But there's some people who are so Afghan, they can't not have palau.
I like to mix it up. I get some mashed potatoes with some palau. I don't do turkey anymore. It's too dry. It's way too dry.
That's what the gravy's for, dude.
I don't know. I think, okay, well, I mean, teach their own.
Yeah, just let it swim in the gravy.
I think we need to be okay with rotisserie chicken or fried chicken. Like a whole chicken fried.
Huh. To replace turkey or to be an alternative?
To replace turkey.
No, man. What about the people who deep fry the turkey? Could you do that?
I don't know.
I've never had that.
I haven't
be
either.
Delicious.
I haven't either, but like it's just way too dry. Like turkey breast, turkey leg, it's just really like dry. I don't know. Maybe some people
you're
like it.
Cooking it wrong.
Maybe, but yeah, Thanksgiving was cool.
I like Thanksgiving because we never did Christmas growing up,
Yeah, same.
but Thanksgiving we would do.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of around Christmas time. So you get the decorations and the spirit and the music and all that stuff, and the family's gathering for turkey. And then Christmas, you get to enjoy it from afar, just when it's not,
Yeah.
So it's
The
fun.
festive
It's a
season.
festive. It's nice, but being older, it's also kind of nice because I don't have to get gifts for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you subscribe to Christmas, it's fun, but it's a headache every year. Pre-COVID, you have to get trampled at the mall.
Yeah. It's funny that
I've got to get a gift for this person. I got to get a gift for this person. I got to do this.
I don't know if it was last year or the year before where me and you were trying to understand Christmas and the gift giving.
Yeah.
And I never thought about that because someone wrote in that celebrates Christmas and they're interested to see how me and you were trying to understand what Christmas Christmas operates.
Like we're aliens.
Yeah. And I never, I was 30 years old and I'm like, and it wasn't until that person sent us that email.
Oh, was it to sort of get to experience Christmas in the younger children's eyes?
No,
to be able to build that for them.
Yeah. I think for us, it was we were trying to understand the practicalities of it. And we were asking each other, what do they do during, do you open the presents all day?
Oh yeah. Do you do it on the day? Do you do it?
Do you buy
before?
everyone a gift, but then...
Yeah, what do you do about the riffraff or the satellite people? You get them one? What about coworkers?
Yeah. But yeah, I remember someone writing in explaining that to us. But yeah, I think Thanksgiving was very straightforward. Everyone's off on that. I mean, that wasn't working retail or something. Everyone's off on that day. So it's might as well get together and just have turkey or just have a meal, a dinner. Because Friday, everyone's off as well, unless you're working retail. So it's okay, it's just a money, a family gathering. I always enjoyed it. But now, it's been cut. Now I think it's going to be me, my mom, and my aunt. I don't even think my sisters are out. So I don't think...
it's not going to be as big as it was.
Yeah, it's not going to be a whole family Thanksgiving. It's just going to be 4 or 5 of us. That's it.
You going to get a PS5?
Bro.
What? I got out of video games. During quarantine, I was playing Grand Theft Auto for a little bit. And then I got Call of Duty for a week.
Yeah.
And then I sucked. I got the headset and everything. I got the subscription for a year.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
And then I just stopped playing.
We're having this conflict in this debate with my cousins. We're an Xbox family, but then we're is it time to move to PlayStation 5? because we've had Xbox since like 2004, 2005, like since Halo 2 till now. And we're like, maybe it's time that we transition into PS5, because like the world, I'm already at a disadvantage because I have an Android.
Yeah,
you know?
it's true. I text you and I don't like it.
You get green bubbles, you know?
I want to thumbs up you, but I can't.
I get the thumbs up.
I want to thumbs down you, but I can't.
I get the thumbs. If you thumbs up,
It says Fahim has thumbs up this in text, like you're a blind man or something, or some text disability.
Because like, all right, so my phone's not compatible with so many things.
Yeah.
It's not compatible with like AirDrop, or it's not compatible with Android or Apple CarPlay. Not all cars are Android CarPlay. Majority is Apple, you know? USB ports, whatever. So I'm already at a disadvantage there. Yeah. Now I have an Xbox, and there's so many things available for PlayStation that aren't extended out to Xbox.
Like what?
So there's this new thing when we're playing Fortnite where you, if you download House Party, the app, you can kind of FaceTime your friends as you play, and your face appears on the screen. Like your friends are playing the game, and they can see.
Oh, so it beams to the TV?
Yeah, like your heads are just kind of like floating in the corner, you know? It's available for PS5, but it's not available for Xbox, you know? And I'm like, this is just another little thing. And
You're being left behind.
Xbox has so many glitches and so many like errors, that like patches that need to be updated and fixed. So I'm like, maybe it's time for PS5. So now like the family's trying to convert. I'm trying to convert the family, but you know, they want to stick to they're Halo guys, you know? So anyways, that's where we're conflicted at. But you know, PS5s are all sold out. You know, you're not going to get the new.
You should have bought a couple of them and just sold them out of your trunk and make a ton of money. People always do that. Whenever a new system drops,
yeah,
they just hoard a bunch and then gouge everyone.
Yeah.
It's like the hand sanitizer of video games.
And it's not illegal, because
it's not illegal.
Gouging prices for
it's what America was built on.
Yeah.
Gouging
on like masks, glove, or like that was illegal. People were getting like rounded up.
I love the people who were just stuck with tons of hand sanitizer because they were planning on gouging. And now they can't.
No, a lot of people got like raided by FBI.
Just imagine. There's all this Purell. Like it's a trap house.
How's
their body cams are off. What, mailbag?
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta turn off the body cams when you're gonna raid in for the N95 masks.
Hey, whenever bullets are gonna fly, you gotta turn that body cam off.
It's like, how did John pass away? He was hoarding N95 masks.
Yeah, he died doing what he loved. Hoarding N95s.
No, it was crazy because there were two cases that I read about. One was in New York. This guy was hoarding, or he was like stocking up on N95 masks, and he was selling that like he was gouging the prices. And FBI came in, and like there's this video of them like raiding his, like they're packing a pickup, like not a pickup truck, but like those moving trucks or whatever, with like boxes and boxes and boxes of masks. And they're like, we're gonna go give this out to hospitals and shit. Mm-hmm. So like you lose all your money. There's a guy in like Tennessee did the same thing, stocked up on like sanitizer, toilet paper, masks, gloves, all like, you know, PPE shit. And the county like DA raided him, and they're like, he was like, there goes all my money, $10,000.
So he just lost out on the money and that's it?
Yeah.
Or did he have to face any jail stuff?
I don't know. I got to read up on that. That was back in March. It was a crazy time. Season 1 of the quarantine.
Pandemic?
Yeah. It was a crazy, crazy time.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's been long enough where there have been phases.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing has joints at this point.
Yeah. It was, people shit a lot apparently.
Oh yeah, I heard the toilet paper, a second scarcity thing's going to happen.
Oh my God.
Because of this second lockdown or whatever.
But it was just crazy walking into a grocery store and like seeing toilet paper shelves empty for weeks. For weeks, there was no toilet paper.
Luckily, I bought a shit ton before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm good. Hopefully no one finds out how much I have, and then I have to like shoot him with a shotgun.
I would go to this Bangladeshi store in Little Bangladesh, and they had like single rolls for like $1, and they're like the roughest, thinnest toilet paper. I Like, desperate
It'll do.
times. I was like, desperate times.
All right, you ready for this mailbag?
Let's hear what we got.
Okay, this is from Marcella Halland. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
What's
The
up,
last name.
Marcella?
It's got like a
Accent?
yeah, on the A.
Mm.
It's got like a degree symbol over the A.
Must be Danish,
Yeah,
Norway.
yeah. All right.
Some of those Nordic
Something like
countries,
that.
Yeah.
Hi, Fahim and Ali.
Hello.
Hello. I started listening to the podcast a week ago, and I'm on episode 44.
Whoa.
Damn.
That's 44 hours of us.
I'm sorry.
You're like family now.
You're like family. I can't believe I didn't know you had a podcast. I discovered Fahim when his Afghan wedding video came out, and I remember sharing many memories with my cousins watching that video on repeat. I found Ali through FouseyTube and his podcast with Asif. Anyways, love the podcast. Here's my situation/question. Background on me. My mom is an Afghan, parentheses, born and raised in Kabul,
Nice.
and parentheses, my dad is Norwegian,
We were there. We were so close.
and Spanish, raised in Norway. Parents are not that conservative, but my mom is still Afghan. So, yeah. My girlfriend of 2 years is about to meet my parents for the first time, and I'm super nervous about this. She asked me the most basic question. What do I call your parents? I thought about this and couldn't really come up with an answer. So, what would your non-Afghan significant other call your Afghan parents? Like, would they use Amai, Khalai, or Kaka, or Mama? Maybe by their names? Or when in doubt, go full Iranian with Khanam and Agha. And I can just say, who the fuck says shorwa is their favorite Afghan food?
Whoa.
I do.
Whoa.
You take that shit back, okay? I'm right. You're wrong. Stop listening to the podcast if you're going to think that way, okay? Shorwa's the shit. You got fancy taste? Am I beneath you? It's a poor person food? Yeah, I'm poor, okay? I like what I like. I'm like Apple Jacks. We eat what we like. And it's torn up pita with a stew over it.
This guy's got to be careful. Countries have gone to war for saying less offensive shit. Be careful, Marcella. Anyway.
I say it.
I think, I mean, out of, if you want to be respectful and like, I would say Khalim, or Khalajan.
Nice.
And, teach your girlfriend, your significant other, maybe how to like pronounce it, hit the accent.
Ooh, really nail it.
Yeah.
If she sticks the landing.
Yeah. Because you can't come in and be like, Salam Khalim.
Khalai.
You don't make, your mom.
Khala, it's so nice. Let me help you.
Yeah. So you got to be like Salam Khalim or Khalajan. Khalajan is like it's like
universal.
Khalajan's like more like for non-Afghans. It's how you refer. One, it's how you refer to your aunt on your mom's side, and it's also a formal way of like addressing women. Where it's kind of calling them ma'am. Like roughly translated to be like ma'am.
Boom.
Speaking of that, have you seen the clip float around Twitter where there's like a new TLC show about like mama's boys or whatever, and there's this Afghan guy.
Oh, really?
It. Yeah. Oh
That's
god,
hilarious.
it's so bad. It's so bad. The mom's like, "This is my son, and you're taking him away from me." And the guy's like, Modar, like, don't do this, man. Like, what are you doing, Modar? And I'm just like,
This is a good look for him.
it's so bad. But that's what kills me, where there are actual relationships, like mother and son relationships, where the mom, like loves the son to a degree where it's kind of
Debilitating.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude.
You've clipped his wings.
And I'm like, dude, does the mom want to sleep with the son? Because it's like when and this is where like the mother-in-law horror stories come in from, where like a girl will be like, I married this guy, now I'm like fighting his mom because like I can't,
I think there's always going to be an element of that, but sometimes it's so thick where that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you like can't let go at all of your son, then that's
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very narcissistic thing where it's like, my son needs to love me and only me and no other women,
Right.
It's,
And then what happens when you pass away? Your son's fucked.
Yeah.
Or does he just cry for the rest of his life? I mean, obviously he'll be sad.
Yeah.
But you got to create a whole human.
Yeah.
You can't have someone who's just going to be crippling depression for the rest of their life after you pass. Obviously,
Yeah.
you carry it You learn to deal with it.
Yeah.
But you want to make a functioning human.
You just have to know how to have a healthy relationship.
Healthy relationship.
But anyways, that's my suggestion to this man.
Mario Carlucci wrote, subject heading, long time no see, guys. Ali and Fahim. Fahim and Ali.
Well, actually, hold on one second.
Yes.
One thing I liked about the last guy, he had us on two, like, he discovered both
Two
of our
very independent paths.
and then we came together for
we
him.
converged.
His mind must have been blown.
Like they know each other?
Yeah, like
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
It's been so long. I was really happy to see the reboot of the podcast after that little hiatus. I'm catching up on the episodes, and it's been great. A lot of time has passed, so forgive me if this email runs long.
Oh,
Fahim, love seeing you testing the waters with TikTok. While it's one too many social media streams for me, from what I'm seeing from my kids and elsewhere, it's a medium you could just crush. Between the comedy and the dance, it seems tailor-made for you. In addition to TikTok, YouTube, and the other channels/streams, do you foresee a way of making it a prime source of income? I don't know. I just see it as a portfolio or just a depository for these random ideas I have and sketches, and I don't know how I can turn a profit off of it. Maybe indirectly. I think, I kind of got this writing job a little bit off of seeing what I do, but that was my stand-up as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's all...
Everything
plays into it.
Yeah.
My stand-up, little sketches I do.
But
it's not as direct as like T-Mobile is paying me
Yeah.
$100,000 to write a sketch.
Yeah. So it's not like you're not making monetization money from TikTok, but it adds to the overall.
Yes, it's more of a portfolio or
Yeah.
more of a snapshot of me as a performer, and that can lead to awareness about my stand-up and then getting booked that way, or
Yeah.
maybe as an acting opportunity or an audition. So indirectly, not
Yeah.
direct.
Okay.
Although I did get paid to do that, like Go Vote post.
Yeah.
That was a sponsored thing through Everlane.
Okay.
So that was nice. That's the first time I've ever had one of those for IG. And so that's the only time.
This company reached out to me and they were like, "Can you send us the last 30-day analytics for the last 10 of your posts?"
they want to know if they want to.
And then I was just like, I replied to them. I was like, "No, never."
wanna do that.
Yeah, I was literally like,
I'll get hit up sometimes and they go, "Hey, will you do this?" And it's like $300. And then the only reason I did the Everlane one is because it was a decent
was a lot of
chunk of money.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll do that."
Yeah.
And it's just to say go vote.
But
it
like-
wasn't like super
how
gross.
much did they ask for you from like analytics perspective?
I don't know why they chose me.
But were they like, "Hey, send us like XYZ"?
No,
like,
they just knew they wanted
okay.
to
so
use me.
it wasn't
so
that.
they must have their own metrics, or
Yeah.
maybe it fits with their brand.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was easy. And
Yeah. This company was like, "Send us the last 10, like 30 days analytics of the last 10 posts you had." I was like, "Nah, you're tripping, dude. Like, that's a lot of effort." And I'm
for
not-
something that you don't even really want to do.
I don't really care. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So if a company's, I don't need a $200 pop here and a $300, because also you have to worry about the way you're perceived and your brand and stuff. If I'm doing sponsored content for every post,
Yeah.
that's not, maybe if I'm a butt model or something, that's kind of,
Yeah.
because there's really no,
Yeah.
you're not holding on to some artistic integrity, or
Yeah.
there's no voice really. That's just sort of your jam.
Yeah.
So I don't need to cheapen my comedy brand for just sponsored posts for everyone.
Yeah.
That ratio has to be just right if you're trying to move the ball forward.
Yeah.
Let's see. It seems like forever since your last show in Montreal. Funny enough, I had mentioned to you I planned to attend, but I missed it after my wife learned it was the day before a family holiday. Being the narcissist that I am, I worried you might have done a Fahim Anwar Dance Hour podcast shout out and that I wasn't there to cheer. For days, I'm feeling bad about missing your show. And then when I tune into the next episode of the podcast, you jerks are boasting about missing Haroon's wedding. I feel badly about not driving 3 hours to catch a stranger's stand-up show. Meanwhile, you guys miss a dear friend's wedding. I don't feel so bad about it anymore. Thanks. How was Haroon anyway? Do we know? We don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, bro. Not sure if you saw Bill Burr's appearance in The Mandalorian in last season. It was pretty solid, even if it was partly in order to troll his fans. I haven't seen it.
I don't
Yeah.
watch that show. It's a Disney show, right?
It's Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
Asif is in it too.
Asif, yeah. He has a little role in it.
It was pretty solid, even if, okay, so I read that. Which stand-up comedians do you think are really decent actors? I keep going back to Ray Romano in Men of a Certain Age, or Marc Maron, who was great in Glow.
Oh, yeah,
Sandler, Robin Williams, and Jim Carrey have pulled off great dramatic roles. Who comes to mind for you? Yeah, those are all great.
Yeah.
I loved Maron in Glow.
Yeah,
he was at the
really
store.
good.
I told him. That's what's kind of cool. Is like I was watching Glow, I was binging it,
Yeah.
and then I saw him at the Comedy Store, and just very genuinely, I'm just like, yeah, I love Glow. Like, you're really good in it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, thanks.
Yeah. He was good in that. Even that like little tiny segment he had in Joker.
Yeah.
He fits like a certain aesthetic.
Archetype for
Yeah.
sure. That Glow role is perfect as well.
He has like that 80s, 70s look to him.
Once you find your bandwidth, it's beautiful as an actor.
Yeah.
There are some people who are chameleons, like Daniel Day-Lewis part of the beauty is watching that rubber band.
Yeah.
But some people are just in a sweet spot, and there's a beauty to that too.
Yeah.
Not everyone has to be a chameleon.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to see the person do the thing they do.
There was that who's that Cameron Crowe film about that was it Almost Famous or what's the one with Kate Winslet and like the band?
Yeah, Almost Famous.
And you know, there's like those
Or Kate Hudson, right?
Kate Hudson, yeah, that's what it was. And he has like a little role in that, but yeah.
Finally saw you in that Chuck episode again, and I howled. The fans of that show are clamoring for a reboot or a movie. If you guys could bring back any show for a reboot or one-off movie, what would it be? All the best, guys. Mario. Hey, thanks, Mario.
Oh, Mario.
Chuck, that was my first acting thing, guys.
Yeah.
I was a baby.
What would
I was
you
working
bring
at
back?
Boeing. I'd bring back Chuck. No, I'm just kidding. Just selfishly. What would I bring back? It's tough because when you bring something back, so much time has passed. It's kind of hard to recreate the lightning in a bottle and magic of that time.
Yeah.
Like, I love The British Office.
Yeah.
And then they've revisited it where it's like David Brent on the road, or even Borat 2.
Yeah.
I love Sacha Baron Cohen, and Borat was so groundbreaking, especially on the Ollie G show. That's when it was most magical to me because it was so new. It was so fresh.
Yeah.
And then the Borat movie was great too. That was so new and fresh, just a larger stage for that character. And then Borat 2 is good as well, but you've seen the magic trick a little bit. You have too much knowledge of it, so it's not coming at you sideways.
Yeah.
So revisiting something is always tough because there is this, even Dumb and Dumber, when Jim Carrey did it again, there's this clamoring for, I don't know, this very popular IP.
Yeah.
But it never lives up to the splash it made at first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's tough. I don't know. Because you can't surprise anyone again.
That's true.
I don't know. Do you have an answer for that though? If you had to?
Well, it did have a reboot movie. It was Downton Abbey. And that film came out about like a little over a year ago, like September of last year.
I will say, you know what I am excited about? The Matrix coming out. The new Matrices. Matrices.
Yeah. I feel
Keanu Reeves, they're shooting in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I auditioned for it. I put myself on tape. When I say audition, it's so down the line in the process.
Yeah.
Like, I probably was never going to be considered, but it was cool. I got to send a self-tape in.
That's to the Wachowskis? Oh, it's only one of the Wachowskis is doing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not the sisters. It's just like one of them.
Yeah, so I just put myself on tape and sent it to an email. But
I don't know, like after the first one, the Revolutions.
Yeah, the first one, I watched it the other day, and I love it. It still held up. I was surprised at how much it held up.
Yeah.
Being so old at this point. It didn't feel super wonky or anything. And then the other ones, I love The Matrix so much. It just made such an impact on me.
Yeah.
That the other ones were cool, but it didn't have the same impact as the first. So I'm curious, with this amount of time off, will they be able to come at us sideways again?
That'd be dope. I don't want to be a hater.
But Rocky 4, favorite Rocky.
That's the Russian.
Yes.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah. That was probably the best.
That's the fourth one. That's my favorite Rocky. And there's a billion Rockies.
There's
It's so textbook. It's crazy. It's such a formulaic and textbook movie, yet I derive so much joy out of it.
Yeah.
They're not reinventing the movie. There's 3 montages in it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I see where everything is going, and
Yeah.
even though it's so formulaic, it's executed so well
Yeah.
that I love it every time.
I mean, the Rocky series outside of Rocky 5, it's a great, like, Rocky 1, 2, 3, and 4, fantastic. And then Rocky Balboa is great. And then Creed's follow-up was even better.
Did you see Creed 2?
I did.
How was it? I haven't seen it.
It's not as good, but it's good. It's
All
good.
right.
You know, it's not as good, but it's good. Ivan Drago.
I like how we give movie reviews that are super old. Creed 2. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All right, this is from Jay Johnson. Subject heading, Sexiest Man Alive. Hello. If you aren't aware, Michael B. Jordan was named People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive this year. Fahim, do you think you would have been named Sexiest Man Alive if you had won the poll between you and Michael B. Jordan?
Dude, 100%. 100%.
You think if I won that poll,
You
that'd
would
be
have
me?
blown him out of the water.
Whoa, I was so close. So
You're-
I'm like runner up.
Yeah.
I'm like runner up to
You're number
Sexiest
2.
Man Alive.
And you didn't lose by that much.
Kind of.
It wasn't
I
like-
got 32%.
Yeah, it wasn't like,
An ass
9.
whooping. I didn't get goose egged.
Yeah.
That would have been sad. If
Yeah.
it said 100%, that's what it should have been. That would be hilarious. Like in the print version, you look at a picture of Michael B. Jordan and it says 100%.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of me and it says 0%. And then
Yeah.
they issue a retraction like, we're so sorry.
Yeah.
We're so sorry that we pit Fahim against Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
We'll do better next time.
So, I mean, you had what? You had a solid
32,
30,
I believe. 32.
Yeah. So it wasn't,
It was in the 30s.
and, he wasn't like, even at 70, he was what?
To be
like,
fair, he is a movie star.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah.
And he's one of the biggest movie stars.
Right.
And you didn't
I didn't
get
have the writing job at the time.
You didn't get like skunked out like
I
that.
didn't get skunked out.
So,
because I have legions of fans.
It wasn't it wasn't 100% over, it wasn't 90%. It was 80. He was down what, like 67%? You took him down from 100% chance with Ariana Grande to 67.
Should I have? That's pretty good. Should I have given a concession speach?
You should have.
I feel like I'm the only this doesn't even. This is such a seismic event for my
doesn't
life.
even know this happened.
He's so busy with everything. He doesn't even know this poll took place.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand that I'm in competition. that he's my enemy, and that I've been in competition with Michael B. Jordan for several months now.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know I exist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm coming for you. I'm sort of like Rocky.
Yeah.
When he tears Drago's picture off the wall and it's montage time. Dude, full circle. I've got to do a montage just to beat Michael B. Jordan next year.
Yeah. It's about to snow somewhere.
Yeah.
We can go running.
Michael B. He's a sexy dude. But then the bar's not that high. Didn't that country dude win it last year? Blake Shelton?
Yeah.
He's all right. But to get sexiest man alive, whose palms did he grease?
Look, I think Hasan's clip that's been going viral.
Dude, I didn't see it the first time around, but
Yeah.
I saw it today because it's making the rounds on Twitter again.
Yeah. Or
And
last week, and for our listeners.
Last week. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's so spot on.
Yeah.
And I love that truth nugget and that fire was just spewed on this fun. It came out of left field.
Yeah.
On some fun Vanity Fair lie detector project. But
Yeah.
such a truth bomb about Hollywood.
Yeah.
If no one's seen it, look it up. To paraphrase it, he just said, the person doing the lie detector test on him goes, Dax Shepard, he said that you were like a 9.5 in terms of looks. What would you, or do you think he's accurate, and then what would you rate him? And he said like a 6.5 or 6.2.
Yeah.
He got it was 6 point something.
Yeah.
And then he elaborated. He goes, like, Dax Shepard exists in this serviceable white guy, like average, just kind of schlubby is there. He goes, that doesn't exist for Asians
Or
and
people
South
of color,
Asians, people of color.
Yeah.
You have to be Henry Golding or Daniel Day Kim.
Idris Elba type, or
Just
even if you're
fucking 10.
even if you're Michael B. Jordan, you've got to be.
You've got to be an 11.
Yeah.
There is no middle section of just like average brown guy.
Yeah.
And I never thought about that. I was like, oh yeah, there is this whole middle tier of just
Seth Rogen's and Dax Shepard's and Jonah Hill's or Michael Cera. Like, it's these guys that aren't like these buff Arnold Schwarzenegger Rocky looking motherfuckers.
No, and these are talented people and everything, but
They're not-
like,
yeah.
there is no brown Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is no brown Jason Biggs.
Yeah.
But there is this kind of belt that exists.
Yeah. Of like the dad bod, you know.
Yeah,
like
just sort of, it's like
Joe the
personality
plumber.
driven, like good looking enough, and their personality wins you over. That
Yeah.
doesn't exist in the Asian and South Asian and brown community.
Yeah.
You have to be Idris.
Yeah. And, you know.
So I just watched that Vanity Fair clip and I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
But I feel like that kind of was that the last of his statement that he made.
I believe so.
Or did he
He
have
just
more?
wanted to turn the knife about me losing to Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. But yeah, the Blake Shelton thing happens, and you look at that, and you're just like,
Yes, that's another one. Okay, that's what spawned this whole thing.
yeah,
He is so in that sweet spot where
yeah,
does anyone look at? I'm not trying to throw shade at Blake Shelton or whatever, but he's like, okay,
yeah. If he was walking around at Whole Foods,
that's just
you
such
see
that's
20
just
of
such
those
a
guys.
lofty title, sexiest man alive.
Yeah,
Like if it was has Zac Efron won it?
Zach Galifianakis?
No, Zac Efron.
Oh, Zach Efron.
He's had to have.
Possibly. Like I would get that. I don't
Sure,
agree,
yes.
but I would understand that.
Yeah, there's some
You know?
you get, but
You know, like a George Clooney. I don't agree, but I get it. Like he has like that silver fox look and that, you know, very charming. And I think a lot of these people are like the sexiest so-and-so is like a lot of it's based on the characters and the work that they've done.
yes.
You know, like I don't think
Is Blake Shelton's body of work is that the same pedestal as a Brad Pitt or George Clooney?
well, do you listen to his music?
I don't know too much about his
Country
body of
music?
work. I know that he's a legitimate country artist and
Yeah.
he has made some popular songs and such.
Well, maybe if you listen to it, your
I would
panties
know.
would drop.
Maybe. Ladies, if you're into Blake Shelton, explain it to us.
Yeah.
What we're missing. He's a good-looking guy. Don't get me wrong. Just the title of
I just
sexiest
think
man
he's
alive.
average. I think he's a very average. You go to like Dallas, Texas, and you'll see like 100
A
of
million.
Yeah, you go to
Blake
the Home
Sheltons.
Depot and you'll see like Blake Shelton's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, our only beef is that title.
Yeah.
He can be good-looking,
Yeah.
but sexiest man that's up there.
It's a bold statement.
That's a conversation.
Yeah.
We can't just give that to you.
Yeah.
We're very particular. We're in gay Instagram.
Yeah.
We're diving deep into gay Instagram, guys.
And then we got to not only get into gay Instagram, we got to get into gay couples workout.
Gay fitness Instagram.
Yeah. Gay workout couples Instagram too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who do pranks on each other.
So yeah, but
The
yeah.
Holy Trinity. That's it, man. We've exhausted the mailbag. Guys, write in fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com and rate, review, comment, star. Is that it?
Yeah. Oh, well, what do you have
Track?
us dancing out to?
Guys.
But we did, I feel like I do need to say this. I
Please.
have come across gay male couple TikTok pranking each other.
Really?
Yeah. And
Huh.
I've seen like one or two videos.
What was the prank?
I think the guy, what did he do?
You forget?
I think, I forgot, man. I'm going to
Alright.
hurt myself trying to think about this, but it exists,
It
and I don't
exists
want to
out there.
erase their existence or
Right,
their
right, right.
contribution to the
Exactly.
prank.
You
The
don't want to
couple's prank.
marginalize the Instagram
Yeah. We know that you guys are out there pranking one another, but
just like everyone else.
just please stop, everyone. Just please
Just
stop.
anyone involved with pranking, please stop.
So what are we going to
This
dance
song,
out
dude, I love this artist. Diamond Cafe.
to? Okay.
Song is called Not Sorry.
Oh, this is a good song.
Yeah, I just love his shit. It reminds me of just Prince. It's just golden era Prince.
Yeah.
I played this song because I'll discover songs on Discover Weekly
Yeah.
or Release Radar on Spotify. This song came on. And literally in the first 3 seconds, I said, oh shit, out loud.
Oh, damn. This is a fire track.
It's
You're
a fire
giving
track.
away.
I said, oh shit, because the drums are just so robust.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funky.
You're giving away a great gem.
This is a great gem.
this
This is one of
week.
my favorite gems in a while, guys.
Where can they find this gem?
They could find this gem on the Fahim Anwar Dance Hour Spotify playlist and also in the description if you're watching on YouTube and after I speak if you are listening to the podcast version.
Okay.
There you have it.
Well,
Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, guys. Have a good week. We'll see you guys next time. Peace, peace,
Peace.
peace, peace.